All right, so let's talk about these Duet 15s. Before I talk about the sound and the experience of the Duet 15s, let me tell you a little bit about Pure Audio Project. It was over a year ago, probably. I'm not sure the exact time, but I saw a video on YouTube of the Duet 15s reviewed by Steve Gutenberg, the audiophiliac. Steve's is a channel that I sometimes watch because I like the way he does reviews. He's a guy who loves music, he's passionate about it, and he just gives you his honest feelings. So when he reviewed the Duet 15s and then made them his reference, I'll just say when he first reviewed them, I was instantly drawn to the speaker, the design, the concept of putting it together yourself, the concept of pure open baffle, the concept of choosing your drivers, your colors, your material of baffle. But I really love the look and the fact that these were 96 dB efficient, easy to drive with most amplifiers. It took me a year of thinking about these Duet 15s, but after a year or so, I finally contacted Pure Audio Project and asked if I'd be able to review a set of the Duet 15s. So after I had a quick phone call with those at Pure Audio Project, discussing my room size, my sound preferences, they decided the Duet 15 with the Vocativ 1.6 driver in the top would be my preferred choice, or what I would like the best. So they decided to send me the drivers, the crossover, the frame, and the baffles. And that's what comes to you when you order a set of speakers from Pure Audio Project. The Duet 15 is I believe it's the smaller of the speakers that they have right now, but they have a Trio 10, a Trio 15, a Quintet 10, and a Quintet 15. So they make a speaker for just about any size room. Here in my 13 by 18 space, the Duet 15s are just about perfect though. So when everything arrived, and one thing to note, when you order a pair of speakers from Pure Audio Project, everything will come separately from a different origin. The baffles come from Spain, the drivers come from Germany, for example. You'll get the crossover and the frames from different locations. Now I have the Duet 15s here. I right now have them in the khaki green Velcro matte baffle finish, and I have the Isoacoustics isolation feet on the bottom. I also have the Vocativ 1.6 speaker. So these come in at around $7,000. So when everything arrived, I put it all together. I made a sound demo video, but Pure Audio Project told me these will take at least 200 hours to fully burn in and sound their best. Now, I'm not a huge believer in any hi-fi taking hundreds of hours to burn in, but I will say when I first put them together and listened to them for the first time with new drivers, the sound was a bit tubby in the bass. They sounded extremely full at the lowest of volumes, a little bit muted up top. By the next day, they were sounding kind of lean and a little strident up top. It was very strange. By day 5 or 6, they sounded just as good as they do now. And I have, I think, almost 300 hours on these speakers right now. And they just sound unreal, like nothing I've had in this room, but it's due to the way they're designed. And that's why these are such unique speakers. Not only the looks and design, not only the way that you assemble them yourself, which is very, very easy. And it took me about 2 hours to do that, but I was being extra careful and I made a couple of mistakes along the way. These should take you about an hour to put together once you get all the parts. So once they were burned in, everything was sounding fleshed out, really sweet. But these sound totally different from any box speaker I've ever had and any of the box speakers that I have here. They even sound completely different from the partially open baffle speakers that I have. Speakers like the Closer Acoustics Augie and Bob. Those have the bass open baffle units and the top end is in a box. It's a transmission line design speaker. The Qualio IQ Ultras have the bass in a box, but your mid-range and your treble, your tweeter, is open baffle and dipole. With the Duet 15s, everything is open baffle. Sound emits from the back, from the front, and they're much easier to place in a room versus box speakers. I used to have a smaller room than this, and a lot of speakers I put in there would give me those bass issues, those bass nodes, where if you're not sitting in just the right spot, you're going to hear a lot of boom. And if that's you, if you have bass issues in your room, the Duet 15s or any of the open baffle designs could be the cure for you, because these do not load the room in the same way as a box speaker when it comes to bass. And one thing I can say is I've never had a speaker in here give me as much of an immersive, soul-stirring, heartfelt performance than the Duet 15s. These are very immersive speakers, meaning you will get sucked into that performance. It's soul-stirring, as I said, heartfelt. Now, the bass is incredible. No matter where I place the speakers, the bass never boomed, but yet it wasn't thin or lean. There was plenty of body in the bass. And at times I heard some vibrations from my wall pictures in here. So the bass goes down to 29 hertz. It depends on the room size, I believe. And the bass also blends miraculously with that Vocativ 1.6 driver. They sound as one. It sounds more like a big single driver speaker. But the sound, again, is totally immersive. Brings you into the performance. It's a little bit sweet up top. And while they're clear and dynamic, they're not ever strident or lean, right? They never have that. They don't have the grunge that some top end of speakers have, the treble. It's just smooth, sweet, silky, juicy, three-dimensional, holographic with some material. And of course, your source has to be up to par for that. But these are incredible heartfelt speakers. They are right up my alley. And when they first arrived, they came with the white baffles. But when I decided to purchase them, I bought those khaki Velcro matte baffles, which are kind of earthy in look. They're very, very cool. Now, I was running these with a variety of amplifiers, a variety of DACs, and a few streamers. Streamers I had on hand were the Electro Compagnie, the HiFi Rose RS130, the Nagra streamer, which is brand new. And what else did I have here in regards to streaming? I also have the Eversolo A10 that I evaluated these with when it comes to streaming. As far as amplifiers go, right now I have the big T+A HV3100 integrated amplifier, which is one of those top of the heap, top tier dream integrateds for most people, including me. I also tried it with the Electro Compagnie integrated, a set of $1,400 monoblocks from China from the brand Singzer, with an X in there, Singzer. I don't even know how you say the name. And also in regards to DACs, I also used the Nagra Tube DAC, which is top of the heap, Weiss DAC 501 Mark II, Dana Fripp's 15th anniversary Pontus, and the Live Harmony DAC. I will say no matter what amp, no matter what DAC, no matter what streamer, and yes, they all made a difference and they all brought a slightly different presentation, these speakers just sounded phenomenal. And again, the one thing that rang true throughout the experience, no matter what I powered them with, was they were immersive, dynamic, full sounding, spatial, holographic, and just all out magical. These are just such sweet, sweet speakers, and they don't sound like any of the box speakers I have. I will say the best I've heard them in this room is with the T+A 3100 integrated and that Nagra Tube DAC. The Weiss DAC 501 Mark II is right beneath that. I was also hearing beautiful music with the Advanced Paris A12. You could see my review of that, along with the Dana Fripp's Pontus 15th DAC, which is a $2,000 DAC, I believe. So you don't have to spend a fortune, but one thing that's cool is these Duet 15s will show you what each piece in your system is doing. If you have a piece that's a bottleneck, it will tell you, hey, there's something going on here in this part of your system, because even changing cables, I was able to hear the differences easier than with most other speakers. So at $7,000 or so, the Duet 15s, I feel, are bringing an amazing value. No, they're not cheap. $7,000 is not even affordable, at least to me, but it's a speaker that you will never want to get rid of. There's a reason you don't see these on the used market. There's a reason you don't see Pure Audio Project speakers on the used market. Well, there's two reasons. One is they come in a heck of a lot of boxes, so it'd be kind of a pain to box these and costly to ship them. So that's one thing. But the main reason you never see these on the used market is because they're live speakers. They're speakers that you bond with. They're speakers that connect with you. They're speakers that you do not want to take out of the system. I have other speakers here, the Borison X2s, and in comparison to the Pure Audio Project Duet 15s, the Borison sound a little bit smaller, a little bit more recessed in the sound stage, and a little bit bigger in the bass, more plump in the bass. Honestly, I prefer the Pure Audio Project Duet 15s in this room. If I was in a bigger room, maybe it'd be different. They just offer that complete sound. I also have the Audio Craftsman Victorias here. Beautiful two-way bookshelf speakers. They are high quality, use high quality parts, and they sound so refined. For a two-way box speaker, these sound absolutely beautiful, but they still don't bring that all-out openness, that all-out life-size scale to my room that the Duet 15s bring. What other speakers? The Qualio IQ Ultras have a more tipped-up treble and a leaner mid-range. They're more for the detail. Those who want ultimate holographics in their soundstage, those Qualio IQ Ultras will do that, but they're missing a little bit of that mid-range beef, a little bit of that mid-range flow compared to the Duet 15s. Compared to the Augie and Bobs, these sound a little more refined. The Augies are a little bit sharper up top, so when you play those Bobs with the Augies, you're getting an incredible sound, make no mistake, but the Duet 15s are a little smoother up top and a little fuller in the mid-band. The Duet 15s are speakers for me that have it all. They have the looks, they have, I should say, looks and design. They're easy to drive. They use high quality parts and drivers. That 15-inch driver was made specifically for Pure Audio Project to be used in open baffle designs. The crossovers are all high quality. Everything here is bespoke or high quality parts, and everything is also swappable if you get the itch later. So the fact that it has all of these features and brings that immersive, heartfelt, soul-stirring sound, they're just all-out beautiful speakers that one would buy and keep for life. Now, if you're looking at a pair of Pure Audio Project speakers, I did get an email from them, which went out to, I think, all their customers or their mail list, that said they're raising prices in January. So if you're interested in a pair of these speakers, I would seriously take a look and jump before January, because I don't know how much the prices are going up, but at the price you can get the Duets for in the $665, $6,800 range right now, they are absolutely incredible. Listening to them in my written review, which is up on my website, which is way more detailed than this video, I have listening experiences, impressions, where I talk about specific songs and tracks. And among the different genres of music, these can play it all. No matter if I was listening to classical, jazz, acoustics, Buddha bar type of music, right? Chill out music, heavy metal, rock, classic rock. I was listening to The Bomber from the James Gang, an old song, and it sounded incredible. Every chord of the guitar, I could almost hear every string in the chord, but each string in the chord had body to it, right? It wasn't one of these, you hear these lean, trebly kind of details. You hear the details come out within the treble and the bass, and it's pretty incredible. So the Pure Audio Project Duet 15 speakers are getting my 1000% recommendation if you're looking for a speaker that's under 10K, that sounds as good as some 20K speakers in the area of immersiveness, warmth, beauty, glow, harmony, that human touch, but yet they're still bringing the holographic sound stage, beautiful imaging, and voices that come into the room that sound like a real person coming into your room. And this will also depend a little bit on your source, whether you're using a turntable or vinyl or a streamer and a DAC. you want to get one that matches the speakers. And for me, the HiFi Rose RS130 did incredible. The Nagra Streamer did incredible. Even the Wim Ultra did pretty good as a streamer into these speakers. So again, you don't have to spend a fortune, and that's pretty awesome. These are speakers that can grow with you over time. Say you buy them, and in 2 years' time, instead of buying a new speaker, you can call up Pure Audio Project and say, hey, can I get the upgraded mid driver? And you can buy those, and then you can swap out the drivers. They can grow with you over time as you upgrade your electronics because, as I said, these will allow you to hear the differences quite easily. So if you're demoing a new amp, you'll know right off the bat, you'll hear those differences. So as you upgrade your equipment, the speakers will improve with you. So these are speakers, in my opinion, that one should own for a long, long time because they will grow with you. So how many of you out there are listening to open baffle speakers? What do you think of them versus box speakers? Maybe leave a comment below so others can read your experiences. How many out there have Pure Audio Project speakers? Leave a comment below with your experience on them and what you think of those speakers. I think they're wonderful, and I think they're going to be here for a long time, just like the other gear that I've had here for a long time that really touches my heart. All right, everyone, thanks so much. I will let you go now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up and subscribe. If you can, hit that notification bell. I have quite a few awesome reviews coming up. I should say cool products to review coming up, so stay tuned. Stay warm, have happy holidays. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.